Hey Brick Bloggeteers, Will here, and today we're going to look at a fairly sizable set that is actually in stock. Can you believe it, with all the sets that are out there? Set 75292, the Razor Crest, or in some parts, the Mandalorian Prisoner Transport. That name is there because of a copyright issue that LEGO was unable to resolve. So, have the funny name. So, if you're like me, you are good with Star Wars, but when you saw the Mandalorian show, you knew you had to have his ship. And so finally, we get our hands on it, and this is a heavy little sucker. It weighs roughly 2 pounds, 4 ounces. So, there's a lot of weight to this thing. And considering how many scenes happen inside the ship, there's going to be a lot of play area that you want to get into. And the way they did that was by this lower section, they did fold-out walls. So once they fold out, you can actually get to the underside. But that might be tough to get your hands in there. So on the other side, they did the exact same thing. And you can really get your hands all the way through in there, as well as the ramp on the very back. So on this side, you can clip in some guns for his little weapon area. This middle section in here has the people on carbonite that you can actually slide out and play with. So one side is plain while the other side has the sticker. So it's unfortunately not a molded piece that's in there. There's a little cot on the other side over here, so if someone needs to take a little nap or someone gets hurt or injured. As for the top side, we got the whole canopy that just comes straight off. You got a couple seats in there. In the back, I don't remember this being a thing, but this little shuttle thing comes out that looks rounded, so maybe an astromech droid at some point can fit in there. It wouldn't really work well for a fig, and it doesn't work well for the child. So this will be actually neat to see in the show because I haven't actually seen this being used in the back of his ship. Another play feature that I really like is how they hid away the missiles on the wings of the ship. So, not sure if you can really tell, but hidden right in here is the tip of a missile. And now this section, I can't pull up, well, it just looks like a basic grill. But if you push it, if I can, this part, if you push that down, the missile pops out. And when you reload the missile, it kind of reloads this section. And this is a very simple way to do it because it's just a basic hinge piece, and then you can see the tip of the missile down in there, and they do one for each side. So that was good. It's also a very sturdy model. This whole top section is one big like Technic platform, and then the very bottom is also a Technic platform. And then if you saw when I opened it all up, there was beams connecting in between. So it's a very functional set that can hold up well to a lot of play. So that's very great. Now, speaking of play, you also need your figures, and this one has 5 included. We've got, of course, the Mandalorian, the first minifig type appearance of the child, Grief Karga, the bounty hunter guy that gives the Mandalorian all his jobs, IG-11 unit, assassin droid, and a scout trooper. So you got a bunch of opportunities for various types of play. Of course, a lot of people are going to go after this little child because, I mean, it's so adorable. And so far, this is the only set that it comes in. I'm sure there's going to be more later. So for 130 bucks, you got a lot of play potential in this thing. Like I said, sturdy as I don't know what. Has a lot of fun little features around, lots of ways to get in to recreate your favorite scenes in the show. Playing around, I think it's a great deal. I'm not the biggest Star Wars builder. I mean, I've built the UCS Millennium Falcon, I built like a BB-8 model, and maybe an ATST, and a handful of minis. I don't normally build ships, but when I saw this, I had to have it, and I'm so glad I did. So even from someone who's not a continuous Star Wars fan, this is a great buy. So 130 bucks, set 75292, the Razor Crest, or if you prefer, the Mandalorian Prisoner Transport.